Today's Love This Way show is brought to you by The Club. The Club is a safe space I curated just for you. There's tips, challenges, downloads, ebooks, journals, coloring books. Just all you need to help you to succeed in your relationship endeavors. The best part? Each tier comes with free coaching sessions with me. So if you've been wanting to book a session with me but couldn't quite afford it yet, join a club and save hundreds. The coaching sessions alone are reason enough to join. With tiers starting at only $37 a month, you don't want to miss this opportunity. Visit shaliavinny.com, choose the membership level of your choice, and go to your calendar and book your free session. I can't wait to connect more with you. And make sure you mention Love This Way sent you. Hello there, and welcome to the Love This Way podcast. We have a new name and new imagery, but this show still exists to help men and women everywhere to be better at love. Never any gender wars, back and forth, or nonsense. Just great tips to help you find and sustain the love of your dreams. Because love is a journey, and you need direction. Get ready because each episode we're going to be talking about our real life issues, answering tough questions, and building solid relationships with one another as we heal, learn, and grow. I'm your host, your girl, Shalia Vinny, and today's show is for those of you who have broken up, you're on a break, or you're just wanting to get that old thing back, even when it's bad for you. Can we talk about it? Now, I don't know if it's something in the water, because you want to be wearing couples Halloween outfits or those matching Christmas pajamas, but I have had my DMs and mailbag inundated with your messages on how to fix things and get back together with that person you lost. Now, I'm all for reconciling and coming back stronger than before, but I would always caution you to consider your reasoning behind wanting that old thing back, because so many of you have booked sessions with me to discuss strategies and how to start meaningful conversations with your lost loves. And I always dive deeper and pull out the core reason why do you want this person back. I want you to answer questions like, why do I want to get back together? What issues led to the breakup? Have both of us changed and grown since the breakup? Is there clear communication and understanding? Are we on the same page regarding our future? Have I forgiven them for their mistakes? Am I prepared for the possibility of another breakup? Are we willing to seek professional help if we need to? What do my friends and family think about this decision? And that's just a start. That's just some of the questions I would want you to be asking yourself. Sometimes we can spend time in a relationship that doesn't serve us at all and not be able to see it because love truly does make us blind. But it's only after we've had real time to assess, reflect, and look back at those little things we swept under the rug to understand they were actually really big things and to realize we now have a mountain of issues that we have hiding underneath this rug. We can be so in love with the person that we ignore our own desires, wants, and needs just for the sake of keeping them around. We forget to prioritize ourselves and remain individuals during the relationship. We often lose confidence and trust in ourselves, and we start to see ourselves how our partner sees us, which can be dangerous if they're not pouring goodness into us. So, my love, I have to ask you, did you take the time to evaluate everything I mentioned, or are you standing on a hope and a prayer that you're going to get back together and things are just magically going to be amazing this time? Be honest with yourself, because just because you've reflected and changed does not mean that they've done the work on themselves to be better. Have you talked to them? And I mean really talk to them. Okay, let's go a little deeper into some of those questions I mentioned earlier so you can get fuller context. Okay, like, why do I want to get back together? This means you need to examine your motivations. Are you genuinely in love with your ex, or are you just feeling lonely or seeking comfort? Make sure you desire to reconcile and that it really comes from a real place of genuine affection and compatibility, because far too many go back just because of familiarity and comfort. That's a no-no. Number 2, let's talk about what issues led to the breakup. Reflect on the reasons why the relationship ended in the first place. Have these issues been resolved? Have they been addressed? Are you both willing to work on them to avoid repeating the same problems? This is important because if no work was done to change the relationship, we're just going to pick right back up where you left off. Have both of us changed and grown since the breakup? Yes, people evolve over time, but consider whether you and your ex have both made personal changes and improvements that could positively impact the relationship. You've done the work, spent time alone, and reflected on what you truly want. But what about them? Have they? Is there clear communication and understanding? Open and honest communication is crucial for a healthy relationship. Are you both willing to discuss your feelings, expectations, and concerns openly and respectfully? Do these conversations lead your ex to deflect or yell or gaslight and place blame on you? Have they learned to take any accountability at all? Pay attention during these conversations. Are we on the same page regarding our future? Explore what your long-term goals are. What are your values? What are your aspirations? Do you both see a compatible future together, or have your visions changed? Have you forgiven them for their past mistakes? Did this person hurt you in the past? Because resentment and unresolved issues are going to hinder a healthy reconciliation. Make sure you've truly forgiven your ex for any past grievances and that you're ready to move forward. Because it's not fair to either of you for you to say you forgive them, but then you really haven't, and then you jump back in and you start rehashing those memories again, and then it ruins everything again. Either you're going to forgive and let go, or you're going to let go of the relationship. Also, be asking yourself, is this decision influenced by external factors? You got societal pressures, loneliness, the opinions of your friends and family. You might want to sit with yourself and try to ensure that this choice is based on how you really feel and what you truly desire. Don't sit around glamorizing the good times so much that you forget about all of the bad ones. Are you willing to seek professional help together? Are both of you guys willing to seek, couples therapy, counseling, if you need help to address bigger issues? What do your trusted friends and family think about the decision? Your friends and family saw what this relationship did to you and how it impacted you. You should speak to the ones that you know you can trust to be honest with you, and they also have your best interests at heart, and you should have a real conversation because they may have info that you're not even considering. While it's ultimately your choice, it can be really valuable to seek their input from the people that care about you and your well-being. They may even offer some valuable insights. Also, you really want to ask yourself, are you prepared for the possibility of another breakup? Understand that reconciling does not guarantee a successful and lasting relationship. Are you emotionally prepared for the potential of facing another breakup? Do you think your heart can handle it again? It's been said that those with the biggest hearts are often hurt the most. And this is very true because we often expect ourselves from others. We're always seeing the best in them. And oftentimes it's at our own detriment. We want to believe their lies. We think if we just love them with our genuine and pure love, that it's going to make them see us, for our full worth and love us the way we deserve to be loved. We often honestly believe that they're going to be solid as we are because we're solid. We're often the very person we hope to find, showing up healed, present, and sure of ourselves. But that can often lead to broken people who have come to exploit those beautiful qualities. Visit ShellyAveni.com and book a coaching session, find out more about me, grab one of my books, and more. I can't wait to connect more with you. So we've been discussing wanting to go back to someone from our past, and I want to examine your motives and some of the most common reasons why this happens, shall we? Like number one, fear of loneliness. Many individuals fear being alone and believe that staying in a bad relationship is better than facing loneliness. You may worry about not finding someone else or feel emotionally dependent on your ex. Number two, low self-esteem. Individuals with low self-esteem may believe that they don't deserve any better or that this is the best that they can do. You might even start to accept mistreatment as a reflection of your own self-worth. Number three, this is a huge one, investment. People often invest time, emotions, and resources into a relationship, so this makes it more difficult to walk away. The investment can include finances, children, or the long history together. I want you to understand you could be with someone for 10 unhappy years and meet someone who will love you and treat you better in 6 months. Time means nothing to the grand scheme or health of their relationship overall. Number four, a lot of people are secretly hoping for change. Some of you hold on to the hope that your partner's going to change or that the relationship's going to improve. You may really believe that with enough effort or time, things are going to get better. So you love them a little harder, trying to find ways to please them more, treat them like a king or a queen, all in the hopes that doing so will make them better. But nothing you can say or do will make someone change. The truth is, people who are set in their ways often don't change. Why would you change when you don't see anything wrong with your behavior? Change takes courage. Someone has to be intentional about changing and being better. It cannot be forced, even through love. Number 5, family or social pressure. You'd be surprised how much cultural, familial, or social norms can exert pressure for you to stay in a relationship, even when it's unhealthy. The fear of judgment or disappointing others is really a powerful motivator for people to stay. You don't want to be the only one in your tribe that's not booed up, or feeling like you're getting too old to not have someone that you can call, a husband or a wife, or, something long-term and real. Or maybe your biological clock is ticking. You want to get married, or you want to have a baby. You've really let society tell you what is best for you, when all you had to do was trust your own feelings to reveal that none of those things are what should truly matter. It's your life. You have to live it for you. If you're hanging onto this relationship for any of the above reasons, you have to rethink things. This is not a good idea. I really hate to be the one to tell you this, but some people love you because of the way that you love them. Some people love the idea that someone as great as you could be into them. Some people love the perks and benefits of being in your life, but none of those things equal the kind of love that you deserve. You deserve a love that you don't have to shrink for, someone you don't have to be constantly trying to prove your value to, someone who lets you be an individual and roots for you, someone who supports your dreams and visions, someone who doesn't make you feel insecure as soon as they leave your presence, someone who doesn't make you feel like you have to check in or check their phone or constantly stroke their ego to make them feel loved so they'll love you. Someone who shows you that you're more than enough for them. Someone who's slow to anger and quick to apologize and show you that you mean everything to them by their actions, not by their words. Holding on to someone because they look good or you miss the sex or, none of that stuff is going to work. Romanticizing the good times you shared with that person while ignoring the fact that you didn't even recognize yourself in the relationship is completely insane. Going back because they're familiar to you and because of the history you share is not going to work. Even the friendship that you think you had wasn't as great as you probably recall, or the relationship wouldn't have ended in the first place. You need to wake up and realize that the relationship and friendship was plagued with constant negativity, like criticism, blame, emotional draining, detrimental to your self-esteem. They had controlling behavior, like them monitoring your social media, isolating you from friends and family, dictating your choices. There was emotional manipulation, guilt tripping, gaslighting, playing mind games to control and manipulate your feelings and behavior. What about jealousy and possessiveness, like accusing you of infidelity without evidence or trying to control your interactions with others? What about if they were isolating you from your family, your friends, making you increasingly dependent on them for emotional support and validation? Let's not forget about the constant drama, frequent arguments, emotional upheaval, drama. It was emotionally exhausting and detrimental to your well-being. You didn't have really much of any support, just total lack of support, like they're unsupportive of your goals and aspirations, or they dismiss your feelings and needs in favor of their own. What about their inconsistent behavior? Like their behavior is unpredictable. They would just be swinging from one side to the next. You never know what to think or who you're going to deal with, because sometimes they're super kind, sometimes they're super cruel. It can create confusion and emotional instability. What about stagnation? Like the relationship may hinder your own personal growth and development. You feel stuck or you feel unable to pursue your own goals and interests. And the last one, of course, you were feeling unhappy or unsafe. You consistently feel unhappy, unsafe, or anxious in the relationship. It was a strong indicator that this is not the relationship for you. Your body was trying to tell you something, but you kept ignoring it. Do any of those ring true for you? Ask yourself and be honest. What are you really holding on to? Do people grow? Yes. It is possible to break up, realize you don't want to ever be without each other, and come back better than ever. But make sure you assess the situation in its entirety so that you can make an informed decision. I want life-altering love for you, but I just want to make sure that you don't have to go through hell to get it. I love you so much. Today's show was brought to you by my personal membership clubs on shaliavinny.com. Please rate the show on your favorite streaming platform, share it with one person who you think needs to hear it, and ask them to do the same. Remember to never stop showing up for yourself and the love you desire to have. Good, better, best. Never let it rest. To your good is better and your better is best. Until next time, your friend and relationship strategist, Shalia. Bye.